We in there.
What up?
What up?
What up? What up? What up?
Triad Hip Hop Podcast. We get ready to get started with y'all, so let us go ahead and jump on in and invite some people.
And we got the music off right now, but we'll tell you about that in a minute.
Yeah,
we'll get into it.
Definitely. Let me make sure my volume is down.
Oh yeah,
cut the ringer off.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, cut this down. Yep. What's up, Ashley?
Is Ashley in the building?
Ashley in the building. What
up? We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for checking us out.
Yeah, we ain't gonna try to hold you too long, but we gotta get all this
Reg is here.
Reg.
What up, Reg?
Yeah, we're gonna try to get this.
Share this with your friends, please. We appreciate you.
And remember, visit us on our YouTube channel, Triad Hip Hop Podcast, and we're gonna try to get some of these episodes shortened up because I know everybody don't have time to really watch. For every we're gonna try to break it up in 15, 20-minute segments.
Yeah, definitely.
So that way, you can still get the chance to, we'll at least get a little bit of the show. So that's what we're gonna try to do. And again, thank y'all for tuning in to us. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your time.
Right.
We appreciate you. I know, we do this for y'all. I mean, we do it for us.
Yeah.
But we definitely do it for y'all too. So, we appreciate you.
Most definitely. Do it for hip hop.
Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
We're going to get started in just a minute. Like I said, share this with your friends. Anybody you know who loves hip hop and just want to have a good discussion.
Even if they don't love hip hop, they just need to know some stuff. And they say something half-assed backwards, like, yeah, J. Cole is better than the Wu-Tang. Like, nah, you get them the fuck over here. We'll fix that.
If you need somebody to be schooled on this,
we'll fix that shit. We'll fix that shit. Shout out to J. Cole, though. J. Cole is nice, though, for real.
We'll learn some.
Yeah. He ain't fucking with no woo, though.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Anybody who say that, man, you might need to be here.
Yeah.
Danelle's here. What
up? Danelle's one of our admins in the group, man. He always posts some really good stuff, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Man. He really takes his time out and really, post some really cool stuff for people to check out.
Yeah.
So shout out to Danelle, man. We appreciate you, what you do, man.
Yeah, looks like he's not staying. He said he was just doing a quick shout out and heading out. So
dang,
catch us on the replay.
Yeah.
Check us out. We appreciate you. So yeah, man, this is another week. We doing it again. This is episode 55. 55.
That's
Triad Hip Hop Podcast. So
that's 2 5s together. 55.
So yeah, man, we definitely happy that we still doing it, and we're not gonna give this thing up. You know what I mean? So thank y'all again.
Thank y'all
for being here. Dominic is here. What up,
Dominic boy?
Yo, man.
All right, everybody else gonna have to catch it on the, catch it on the
I invited my 5 friends.
I got 5 more of my friends.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can get rid of this shit. All right. First and foremost, what we're gonna do. Curtis is informing about the shooting in Thousand Oaks, California. What we're gonna do real quick is we're gonna take a moment. Well, not right there though, but we're gonna take a moment of silence for them, for the fallen victims. So right now, at this time, we will take a moment of silence. All right.
thank y'all for doing that with us.
Yep.
So, you know, my thoughts and prayers go out to the people in Thousand Oaks who lost, you know, their loved ones and, you know, over something senseless like that. So, you know, I hate to see stuff like that. You know, these mass shootings, you know, if y'all heard about it or if you haven't, guy just walked up into a club and started shooting, and he shot like the bouncer outside and a bunch of people inside the club. Then when the sheriff's deputies got there to try to bust in and stop him, he killed one of them too, eventually killing himself. You know, so
he didn't want to do that time.
Yeah, that's the typical thing. You know, before y'all get me, I'm gonna go ahead and kill myself so y'all will never know why I did this. You know, so it's crazy, man. But you know, it is what it is, man. You know, just it is what it is. You know, I hate to see it, but this is America. So.
Yep.
But anyway, man, we just wanted to give that moment out, you know, to be respectful and pay homage to those people who lost their lives. But we're going to get into some hip hop and just talk about some things. How was your week this week, man?
Yeah, it was good, man. Man, I'm glad that damn speech is over with. Only thing is, man, I kind of went over it a little too much because what happened, I just had too much information, and they wanted the speech to be like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I went 10. Even after I got in the class and strict it down. But the good thing was the teacher was interested in my topic because everybody else was talking about like cats and dogs and shit.
Okay. Yeah.
And like, you know what I'm saying? I was probably the most enthusiastic.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that to brag on myself.
Right.
I was probably like the most, but there was a couple of good speeches though, in the class.
You probably invested a little more time in your research and stuff.
Yeah, so the next one is like a persuasive joint. So like, I'm not gonna do too much. I mean, I'm gonna do my thing, but you know.
Yeah, it is what it is, you know. Better be too much than be too little, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, I'd rather go over my time than under. Because then when you go under, they're like, that's it? You done already?
Like, that was just,
Right.
Yeah, so
yeah, that's what's up, man. You know, just do your thing and keep doing it, man. You know, that's good that they, you know, liked your topic and whatnot. So... But yeah, as far as me, man, my week has been, you know, interesting, just a long one, you know what I mean? Another long work week, you know, just trying to stay grinding and, you know, stay positive, you know what I mean? Keep the mental on a good level, you know what I mean? Because you know, it's a lot going on in this world and you can't let all of this stuff get to you, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, so let's talk about this the Masta Ace album.
Yeah. So if y'all don't know, you know the hip hop veteran Masta Ace just released the album.
The Music Man.
Yeah, man. It's called the Breukelen Story. No, a Breukelen Story. Excuse me, a Breukelen Story. And it's kind of interesting. I like the cover art, and he's got a picture of Brooklyn, like one of those classic Brooklyn pictures. And he spells the word Brooklyn, you know, in a unique way. He spells it BREUKELEN. Yeah. So I like the way he was unique about it. You know what I mean? So, but it's really good. I've been listening to it. You know, I let Howie hear a little bit of it. It's called A Breukelen Story, and it's classic hip hop, man. And you know, Masta Ace is one of them. You know, he knows real hip hop. He's still doing the same Masta Ace classic style, so he's not trying to change it up to sound like this new stuff that they're doing. He giving you classic hip hop, you know what I mean? So it's that, you know, good laid back, you know, bob your head, listen to some good stories. He got that Slick Rick thing going where he likes to tell stories and stuff like that. So, and he's got some good collabos on there too.
Styles P's on there.
Yeah, Styles P the General. Who else? Little Fame from MOP.
Fizzy Woo!
Exactly. Yeah, that's one of my favorite groups right there, man.
MOP.
Man, listen.
Man.
He got Smith and Wesson on there.
Yep.
If y'all don't know who Smith and Wesson is. Bucktown. So they big on Brooklyn representing because they from Brooklyn. Who else?
Styles from Brooklyn, man?
Styles from Yonkers.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
I'm talking about Bucktown, Smith and Wesson.
Yeah. Well, MOP from Brooklyn too.
Yeah, MOP from Brooklyn. Smith and Wesson from Brooklyn. He got Pharoah Monch. Pharaoh's from Queens. Yeah. And Styles P's from Yonkers. But man, they did some good music for this dude, man. So y'all need to go out and listen to that, man.
You know what they need to do? Like, recently they came out with an album, Detroit versus Everybody.
Yeah.
New York need to do the same
right.
shit. And actually, Atlanta need to do the same shit.
Yeah.
Like Atlanta versus Everybody, New York versus Everybody, LA versus Everybody. That would be kind of cool.
They can do it.
Man.
They could do it, man.
We just throwing some ideas out there.
I'm
trying to, run across some shit.
After a while, we're going to have to get paid for these ideas, man. I love the ATL versus Everybody. I love the New York versus Everybody. I think they could do a good one with LA, too. They don't have as many artists as the other place have, but they could still do one.
Or they could probably do Cali versus Everybody. Because you had to have like Compton, Oakland, the Bay.
Exactly.
Yeah, call it Cali versus Everybody.
Cali or maybe West Side versus Everybody. I don't know. Something.
Yeah.
But that would be good, man. Get Dre on some production. You get Kendrick, Compton's Most Wanted, Lady of Rage. I mean, she's originally from Virginia, but she reps the West Coast pretty good too. But she stayed out there for a long time. Just like Tupac, you know what I mean? He was originally from New York, but he still repped that West Coast. So that would be dope, man. And,
see, just throwing out just throwing the ideas out.
Just throwing them out there. I mean?
Get New York back on the map.
So
get Atlanta, Atlanta never really fell off, so Atlanta be like that.
Right.
And then what I'm saying, LA be back Cali be back on the map.
Exactly. So let everybody rep their area, you know what I mean? That would be dope, man. But and then who else we got? Ice Cube just dropped some new music. So we're gonna talk about that. But don't forget, go cop that Masta Ace, support that real hip hop, you know what I mean? Breukelen Story. And Ice Cube, he didn't drop a whole album, but he just dropped a new song called Arrest the President. Arrest the President. Think about that. So he getting real conscious on y'all, like he used to back in the day, trying to school y'all on some stuff, you know what I mean? So Ice Cube is doing his thing. We heard the song. It sounds really good. He going hard on there. And, he just putting it out there that, one of the worst, criminals we got is sitting in the White House. He the one that need to be arrested, you know what I mean? Because he always trying to make everybody else seem like criminals, you know what I mean? But that dude, he need to be put in jail somewhere. We ain't even gonna say his name because he whack like that. But that joint is hard, and I don't know if y'all ever heard it, but Tragedy Gaddafi back in the 80s or early 90s made a song called Arrest the President, and his was the same way. His was back when George Bush Sr. was in office. So he made a song called Arrest the President. That was the first time, and I think that might have been what inspired Ice Cube to do it. So his went hard too, you know what I mean? Because he was talking about all the Reaganomics and how Reagan and all of them put drugs in our communities and whatnot, and how people like Bush was messing up, the country with their little politics and stuff. So, he went pretty hard on his too. So, but definitely support that real hip hop, man. I heard Dipset got some new songs out, but I don't know for real. I just heard rumors that they got something new out. They never been one of my favorite groups, but you might hear something new from them because I keep hearing rumors that they got something. But what do you think about that Ice Cube Arrest the President?
Man, that was pretty dope. I like the way pretty much the beats go. Yeah. That piano in the back is laced. You know what I'm saying? It goes. It's kind of different from an Ice Cube sound that I've been, that I'm kind of grew accustomed to.
Yeah.
But it works. It works. So, what up, winning girl? What up?
What up? What up? What up?
Oh man, that was my buddy when I was working at well, I don't know if I can say the place, but
yeah.
Anyway, she know I was at.
Former co-worker.
Yeah, that's my buddy right there.
Yeah. Dominic said, speaking of Dre, what happened to Detox? I mean, I think Dre pretty much abandoned the whole idea of Detox after a while. He was talking about it for like 10, 12 years, but I think he finally just let it go. Because I think I don't know, I think he just got to a point where he felt like it was just too late, you know what I mean? And then he did the Compton album. That was pretty good.
Well, that and the fact that, like, Dre don't have to really do shit no more.
Yeah, Dre ain't got to do
Dre ain't got to do a goddamn thing, man.
Nothing.
Dre ain't got to do shit.
All Dre got to do is sit back and make sure his accountant keeps accounting that money.
Yeah, you know like, yo. Hey, we still good?
Right,
we
right.
Still good. Time to go ahead and buy that plane?
Right.
All right. About to get me and Slim with 50 out here.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Dre, man, congrats to you, man. Big shout out to Dre, because, I mean, he really became a music mogul. You know what I mean? He went from just a producer to really a mogul in this game, because he's one of the best producers out there. You know what I mean? Definitely top 5, probably top 3. And, he went from that to Beats by Dre. He sold beats for like $3 billion. That's billion. I mean, that man made some money. You know what I mean? And so, I'm just happy for him, man. You know what I mean? He can buy whatever he wants in this country. You know what I mean? He got enough money to buy whatever. So, big shout out to Dre. And did anybody else have any new music that we were going to talk about?
I'm not the my knowledge. But speaking of music, actually, we need to talk about this with Ice Cube. You were talking about him, buying up 22 channels for Disney.
Yeah. So Ice Cube is planning on becoming a mogul himself. He wants to, I don't know if any of y'all paying attention, but he does the Big 3 basketball tournament. With all the classic basketball players who are not really playing in the NBA like, they used to, but they still like to play. So he does the Big 3-on-3 tournaments, and all right, we back.
We had to beat up the special.
Yeah. They didn't like what I was talking about. They were like, don't tell him about the Ice Cube thing. He might be rich.
Nah, we gotta talk about Ice Cube.
But Ice Cube, he went from music maker to movie star, and now he wants to be a music mogul. Entertainment mogul, because he's trying to buy 22 different sports channels from Disney, and this is like a $20 billion project. $20 billion. So he's trying to raise that money. He's going in with some of his investors from the Big 3 tournament, and I heard that LL Cool J is being one of the investors as well. So I really hope that works out, man. That would be dope. You know what I mean? So definitely keep your eye out on that, because that may be the next big thing. Because the Big 3, I like the tournament, man. It's really good seeing, those classic basketball players that you remember from back in the day still doing their thing. You know what I mean?
And it's a really good thing. It's a really good opportunity, honestly, as far as for me, for what I see. It really has a good opportunity, chance to get big. And it's just a different concept, and people really like 3-on-3 basketball.
Yeah,
a lot of people play 3-on-3 on the clock.
Exactly.
And making that like into a big way. That's really good on Ice Cube, and it's really, I think it's kind of genius too, in a sense.
It is, man. And let me just say this, man. I didn't even realize that Disney owned that many channels, man. They probably got like over 100 channels now that I'm thinking about it. Because for him to be trying to buy 22 of them, that means they got a big chunk of channels out there. You know what I mean? Because I know they got ABC and all the different ABC affiliates. They got ESPN. And then all the Disney channels, and whatever else, man. But that right there, just them 3 labels is like probably a good 20 to 30 channels right there. But so I'm sure they got a lot of different other channels that I just didn't know about. You know,
this is the damn octopus.
I'm telling you, man.
This is just like putting their tentacles and everything.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah.
Right. Exactly. We're gonna see if they even allow him to buy these channels. You know what I mean? Well, hell, they gonna make money if they do. So
yeah, I mean,
you might as well.
Cube gonna be, man. Come on, man. They be stupid not to sell the Cube. I mean, for real. Yeah. I mean, to see what that man has done and what he's put down, and you know what I'm saying. I don't think, you know, Cube product has never really been too bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's never really people like Cube. You know,
I mean, the dude, you know, he already made some money because, you know, with Boys in the Hood, that was a huge hit for him. You know, all the different Friday movies, the three of them. I know he made good money off of the other one, the commercial joint. Are We There Yet? And then they talk about doing another Friday. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see if that happens. I still think they could pull it off if they really do their research and make sure that they time it right. So we're gonna see what happens with that, man. Yeah.
What's Dominic talking about?
He said Disney been around since the 30s, so they got more than we know. You right about that.
Oh, hell yeah.
You right about that. Shoot. They've been around since the black and white era.
Let me tell you something. The mouse doesn't disappoint. The mouse got all of everything. The mouse got all the shit. Know what I mean?
They about to cut our signal again.
I know, right?
Don't you be imitating Mickey Mouse?
Don't you be doing that shit?
Don't you be imitating Mickey? Shut him down now.
Shut him down right now. Damn.
Get an earpiece. Shut him down now.
Shut him down. Damn.
Be like, click.
Oh,
so yeah, man. But I hope that goes through, man, because I would really like to see another, person of color trying to, bring something to the business. You know what I mean? Not just being on one end of the camera, but being on the other end and being at the top of that food chain, and bringing jobs to the community and stuff like that. So, you hear that? You hear that?
Booktown!
That's a classic right there.
Man.
You can't even hear 2 seconds of that without knowing what song that is.
God,
Smith and Wesson, come on, man.
That was a good album. The Shining.
Yeah, that was an album called The Shining.
Yeah.
Man, I had that album as soon as it came out, yo.
Man,
that was dope.
You know what's funny about that album? A friend of mine, actually I think he moved out to California.
Okay.
He gave the album to me. He's like, yeah, that's just not my cup of tea, man. Because I think a lot of people they got on like the Southern shit. Because like he was like on like the Masta Ace and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So like he was like, yeah, man, this just ain't my cup. So
yeah.
I'm like, all right. So I listened to it and I just kept listening to it and fucking with it. And I'm like, man, this shit is just dope.
Mm-hmm.
And then like they had a couple pieces on there that I can't think of the name, but it was like, let's get it on, so then we do it like this. But the way my man said it, I don't know if it was tech, but it's like, we got your block on lock. Just the way he said it.
Right.
Like, man, that sounds like some Pac shit.
Yeah, man.
So like, it made sense when like Pac was like trying to like get together and like do the whole nation collab.
Exactly.
That made sense.
Yeah,
Cause like it's like, man, they Breukelen cats, but they still kind of got all that feel, and you know what I'm saying. I just hate that didn't come to fruition, man.
Yeah,
that's man. Pac would have got that, man.
Yeah,
That's been you talking about Wu-Tang, which we're gonna talk about them in a minute, but man, that'd have been a whole different thing, man.
But yeah, man. But, if you don't know much about Smith and Wesson, go check out some of their music. Because they got some classic joints out there. Anything on that album, The Shining, anything on that, man. I mean,
they changed their name too for a little while, but they got it back. I don't know how did they get it back?
I can't remember.
But they were called Cocoa Bravadas or something like that.
Cocoa Brothers.
Yeah.
Cocoa Brothers. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, to me, based on the spelling alone, there shouldn't have been no issue with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they didn't spell it.
They didn't spell it like the traditional Smith and Wesson. So it's one of those, man. But I love their music, man, and I'm just glad that I grew up in the era where they was, doing it. And, if you don't know, this song Bucktown, you know, Bucktown was just another nickname for Brooklyn. You know, Brooklyn had a lot of nicknames, man. Brooklyn, Crooklyn, Bucktown. You know what I mean? It was just Brooklyn was like it just had it going on, man. Back in the '90s, man. You know what I mean? So it was just there was a lot of rappers, Medina, because Harlem they call that Mecca, and
I thought Bronx was Mecca.
Well, Bronx is Mecca, but it's popular to call Harlem Mecca because there's a lot of foundations there that are Muslim schools, so they call that Mecca because there's a lot of schools called the Mecca School in Harlem. So, but Bronx is where it all started at. You know what I mean? So that's the real Mecca. You know what I mean? So
what about what they call the Bronx and like the rap songs of
the
like
Boogie Down.
Yeah, Boogie Down. But
Down,
I was trying to think like because I knew they were trying to do like a whole Middle East thing.
Yeah.
You know, especially like with New Jersey when you call it New Jerusalem.
Yeah, and Queens is Iraq.
Yeah.
Queens is Iraq. So the Bronx pretty much is Mecca though. You know what I mean? They don't really go by any other name that I know of.
Oh, remember Brook Nom? Yeah, they used to call it Brook Nom.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So man. Yeah, Crooklyn, man. They had a movie called Crooklyn too about Brooklyn. That was really good.
Speaking
of it, that's the Crooklyn anthem right there. It's called Crooklyn Dodgers right there.
Yo, man, I started to get that shirt, man. Remember that? Yeah, I was like, nah, I can't. I said, if I get, if it comes up again, I might be able to, get it. But man, what's up, Brian? Yo, what up?
Brian, what up, man?
Yo, but yeah.
Project Pat gonna be at the Blind Tiger? I didn't know that.
Damn,
that's what's up,
man. I got homework to do. I would, but I might try to. Well,
yeah,
let's see what we can do.
Project Pat was cool. He wasn't one of my favorites, but he was definitely cool.
Chicken head. Now that song was hype though.
Yeah,
that's just
when you hear that beat, you just gotta bob your head a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, that was a classic.
That's just the beat, bro. Yo,
right.
Oh
shit, yeah, man. But it is what it is, man. But yeah, man, Brooklyn is one of the most famous boroughs in New York. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of rappers that came out. It's like New York is so dope because every borough has like its own flavor. You know what I mean? Like Harlem, they was a lot more about the swag. That's why Diddy is the way he is. He from Harlem. That's why Mace was like that. It was all about the swag and all that. The Bronx is all about the hard, trying to rhyme hard. Brooklyn was all about, just that they kind of had this, because you got Das Effects from Brooklyn, you know what I mean? So they had this really unique style of rappers who were more into lyricism, even more so than the BX, you know what I mean? The BX got lyricism, but Brooklyn had that wordplay for you, you know what I mean? You had a lot of wordplay come out of Brooklyn. Big Daddy Kane.
Biggie himself.
Man. So, and then Shaolin, Staten Island, Wu-Tang really made them what they are, you know what I mean? Because nobody really talked about Staten Island before Wu-Tang.
Well, that's what it's funny, and that's one thing, that Cool J talks about on Rock the Bells Radio. They said that really the Force MDs was kind of like, they were kind of like, they kind of put Staten on the map before Wu did.
I didn't even realize
the Strong Island. Strong
Island is Long Island.
But I thought they did. I thought Force MD, or maybe that was somebody who's that one song that got. Was that Force MDs?
I can't remember. I'm trying to think. I can hear the beat in my head, but I can't think of who that song is.
Yo, man.
But yeah, I mean, Long Island is Strong Island. That
was Strong
Island. And,
that was PE was from.
Yeah, Keith Murray's from Strong Island. Rakim,
the greatest,
the God MC right there.
Yeah.
So Every borough got, some strong representatives, man. Queens, you got Pharaoh March, you got Coochie Rap, Nas. Man, listen, you can make an album just off of them 3 dudes there.
Mike Geronimo.
Mike
Geronimo has some shit, the fucking Natural album.
Right.
That's that shit, boy. And the Royal Flush, like, we need this money, God.
Right.
Yo, that was shit.
Yo, I'm telling you, man, there's some classic stuff out there, man. So, but yeah, man, it's definitely go back and, if you want to hear some classic hip hop, any of them people we just named, they got some classic albums, you know what I mean? So